Oh, shut up.
The All-Star Celebrity Baseball game is brought to you by Aurora Plastics Corporation, world's largest manufacturer of hobby products. Makers of model motoring, miniature auto racing at its best. Skittle Bowl, the next best thing to having a bowling alley in your living room. And postage stamp trains, the smallest, most beautiful trains in the world. Hi, everybody. This is Vin Scully from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. And for expert analysis and the inside of today's game, here is Jerry Lewis.
Thank you, Vince. This is the Jewish Joe Garagiola talking to you from Dodger Stadium in this first annual celebrity tournament. Let's listen to them on the field.
Ashford. At second base, Tom Gorman. At third base, Al Barlick.
You say no bunting.
That's right. Now it's up to the umpire to decide.
Is he allowed to say no bunting? What is it?
Well, he described it as a small talk and everything else. There'll be no bunting. That's settled.
Don't get too fresh with me, DeRocha. I've been around a long time.
I'll see you now.
Well, I don't argue. I've heard about you on the field.
What are you pointing your finger at me for? I didn't say you come up here and said you give the ground rule.
All right. You heard it, so that's all.
The ball game will get underway right after this word from Aurora.
This is model car racing, the most popular indoor hobby sport in America today. The cars you're watching now are Thunderjets by Aurora. They're only about 2 inches long. That's HO scale. The next size up is 1/32nd scale, much bigger. HO gives you twice the action in half the space. Look. Cobblestone track, bump track, squeeze track, super looper, Thunderbites. The control of these cars is in your hands. You barrel down the straightaways, but watch those curves. HO scale, model motoring by Aurora. All this excitement comes in this package. If we still haven't convinced you to go HO, then by all means go to the larger scale. We make that too.
Coming up in the first inning for the All-Stars will be Maury Wills, Brooks Robinson, and Roberto Clemente. In the celebrity infield, holding the meeting at the mound of Cassavetes, Loggia, Don Adams, Sean, Bear the catcher, and the pitcher Jim Garner. Maury Wills, who hit 300 for the Pirates this year, will lead it off as he returns to Dodger Stadium in a Pittsburgh uniform.
This will be a wild game, crazy and nuts. Some of the announcing is going to be marvelous, too.
Wills loops one into left field, and it drops in front of Peter Falk for a base hit.
Come on, Peter, get that ball away.
Nice slide. So Maury Wills at first base with a single to left field, and the batter will be the great Baltimore Oriole, Brooks Robinson.
A likely story.
Softball game, of course, the pitcher's mound is not 60 feet 6 inches away, but more of 46 feet. So it's a little tougher than it might seem for the professionals. Line drive base hit to left field, and once again Fogg up to get the ball and boots it. Wills goes to third, and moving into second, Brooks Robinson. So Jim Garner is in trouble now, giving up base hits to Wills and Robinson, and the National League batting champion from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Roberto Clemente, coming up. Softball was originated by a fireman from the Minneapolis Fire Department back in 1895. Change missed, ball one.
I'm glad they're playing in for him.
Clemente had a rip, didn't get it, and the count 1-1. Infield up, as you see. Woody Allen, the short fielder. Line drive off the glove of Bob Loggia, going back to second base, recovered by Don Adams as Will scored. Taking third, Brooks Robinson, and the All-Stars lead 1-0. The bleacher seats were being painted right after the season. We have about 28,000 people here in the ballpark.
And about 36,000 painted seats.
The great Willie Mays at the plate. And hold everything, manager Leo DeRocher of the Celebrities going to the mound.
Leo's trying to figure a reason for an argument.
Don Adams watching the newcomer make his way to the mound.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The pitcher coming into the ball game by the name of Billy Starr, who has been introduced as the star of a new Western on television. The professional baseball players think, therefore, he's an actor. But in all honesty, Jim Garner leaving the field is being replaced by one of the great softball pitchers of all time, Ed Feiner, star of The King and His Court.
Somebody better make a citizen's arrest.
All right, Willie Mays will be up there now with a run over. The All-Stars leading 1-0.
Willie wants to know what the ground rules are. Worry about that after you hit it, Willie.
The ball, of course, in softball is much bigger than a baseball.
Is it bigger than a bread box?
Can you carry it in your hand?
I hope to heavens.
Oh, there's Dick Shaw, the first baseman. New pitcher.
back. Knock him down. Don't hit him. Just knock him. I said so close to him. Pitch tight. All right, knock him down. Let's see how he hits off his back.
Tom Gorman of the National League has heard Leo rumble before.
One of Leo's famous pupils was Willie Sutton.
Willie. One ball and no strikes to Willie Mays. 1-0. All-Stars in the first inning. Nobody out. That's the best changeup in the world.
Those socks aren't going to help him now.
1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball.
Willie wants to know if it's something he said.
1-2 to the great center fielder of the Giants, Willie Mays. Time called. Willie was afraid he'd be quick pitched. He'll get it anyway, one way or the other. 1-2. Strike 3.
It's the first time I ever saw Willie smiling walking away from a plate struck out.
1 away, and the batter now, the great home run hitter, Harmon Killebrew of Minnesota, takes high, ball 1.
Harmon Killebrew is now working at an A&P in Newark.
That's a strike. 1-1. Foul tip. Strike 2. The All-Stars delighting, actually, in being shown up. Strike 3. Or the other foul tip. Yep, Killebrew goes down, so 2 strikeouts, Mays and Killebrew, and the batter from the San Francisco Giants will be Willie McCovey. Behind his back, strike 1. 2, the big stretch, as they call him up around the bay.
I get the feeling this Eddie Fenner's showing off.
Where'd it go? Where's the ball? He didn't pitch it. Art Passarella, the American League plate umpire, saying, hold everything. You've got to throw the ball to be ordered to hit it. That's a hidden ball trick by the pitcher.
Is he using a spitter? If he is, let him hit the dry side of the ball.
1 and 2. Down he goes. So Mays, Killebrew, and McCovey strike out for the All-Stars in the first inning. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 men left. Great relief by Ed Feiner. Loosening up now for the All-Stars, Dodger right-hander Don Drysdale. Behind the plate, one of the World Series heroes of the St. Louis Cardinals, Tim McCarver. And leading off, the short fielder, Woody Allen. How tall would you say he is?
3'5".
He swung like a man 3'6". I like his number, Jerry.
Yeah. Woody Allen looks like he's rehearsing for a famine.
DeRocher telling the umpire to watch the strike zone. Ground ball hit down to shortstop Wills. Morey flips across to first to McCovey. 1 away.
That Woody's all man.
So 1 out in the bottom of the first, 1-0 in favor of the All-Stars, and the batter, Bobby Darin, wearing sunglasses.
I want to see him swing and snap his fingers at the same time.
Ground ball inside third.
Beautiful.
Down the line for a base hit. Harmon Killebrew gets the ball back in. So Bobby Darin singles, held on by McCovey. And the batter will be Bob Loggia. Loggia, shortstop, and looks like he played ball.
Yeah, he used to go under the name of Miriam Hopkins.
1 ball and no strikes.
Aha!
Hit by the pitch, so Bobby Darin moves up a notch to second base. Bob Loggia goes to first. With 1 out, runners at first and second, and for the celebrities, the batter, catcher Max Baer Jr. Boy's a big fella.
Yeah. I could make a suit from his glove.
Changeup hit deep to left field, hooking down the line and going foul into the lower deck.
I love the way they're scrambling for the ball. Then when somebody gets it, they say, who hit it?
1-1, the count to Max Baer Jr. Runners at first and second, 1 out in the first inning, 1-0, All-Stars. Drive to left field, Killebrew goes to the line and makes the catch. And the runners have to hold. The Bear hit the ball hard, but at Killebrew. The batter now, first baseman Dick Shawn.
Dick played a lot of professional ball, I think, before he got in the show business.
Ball 1. 2 out, 2 on, first inning, 1-0 All-Stars. Little looper over short, but backing up easily and handling it for the out is Jimmy Lefebvre. So in the first inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, 2 men left. And at the end of 1, All-Stars 1, Celebrities nothing. Drysdale stops now to have a chat with Coach Milton Berle. Dale Robertson now picks up for the Celebrities, and he looks like he has played a little softball. So Jim Garner, relieved by Ed Feiner in the first inning, surrendered the run. And now Dale Robertson pitching without a cap.
They couldn't get a hat to fit over his hair. Dale weighs about 178 pounds and the hair 44.
for the All-Stars, it'll be Dodgers Ron Hunt and Jim Lefevre and catcher Tim McCarver of the St. Louis Cardinals.
At the same time?
Robertson might think so. Is he adjusting glasses? In the dirt, ball one. The All-Stars leading the Celebrities 1-0. We're in the top of the second inning. Ground ball down to third base. Fielded there by John Cassavetes, and the throw to Sean is mislaid.
He made the mistake of using the glove.
The batter now, switch hitter and short fielder for the Dodgers, Jim Lefevre. Ball one. Remember, as they so neatly laid out for us before the game, no bunting allowed. Ground ball to Dick Shawn, and he goes to the bag for the out. The Ron Hunt now at second base with one out. And catcher Tim McCarver of the St. Louis Cardinals will be coming up, trying to pick up Ron Hunt. The bases in softball, by the way, are 60 feet apart as opposed to 90 feet in baseball. Ball one.
If the Celebrities make the top of the fourth, they're going to have a victory dinner.
High pop fly to the right side. Don Adams makes it look easy.
Son of a gun, when he suits up, you'd never know it was Don.
Who would you think it was?
Miriam Hopkins.
Here's pitcher Don Drysdale. With two out, Ron Hunt at second base. And Dale Robertson still smiling.
I think the squeeze is on.
1-1.
Dale would give his life to strike Drysdale out. And if he does, he'll give his life.
Ball two. Max Barrett Jr. with a few words to plate umpire Art Passarella. Ball three. 3-1 to Drysdale. Two out, Ron Hunt at second base. 1-0 All-Stars in the second inning.
Oh, what a shame. He really had him.
The run is at first and second. Two out, and the batter, Maury Wills. Maury single to left field, opening up the ball game. He's 1 for 1.
Don't you think they should pass him?
With Clemente coming up.
Well, I'm only 41.
Little Luther. That drops for the base hit. So Ron Hunt will score. Wills 2 for 2. And it is now 2-0 in favor of the All-Stars. And Leo out to the mound again.
I'll bring it right back in.
There's one drastic change in today's game from any other game that you've seen. That is free substitution. And so, Ed Feiner, alias Billy Starr, will come back in.
You can use them anytime. You got a ball, you can use them anytime you want, anytime you want.
Put your foot on the base.
Anytime you want, you can use them. I should have used them when the big donkey was up there hitting. I'd like to see you hit off your back once.
Your back?
So, taking a rest, Dick Shawn, Don Adams, and Ed Feiner getting ready to pitch to Roberto Clemente. Clemente had a base hit his first trip, but that was against Jim Garner.
Take the first two.
The first two?
First one.
Good thinking, Milton.
I love Clemente. Take the first two. Fouled it back. The All-Stars leading the Celebrities 2-0.
Who's Clemente looking for a signal from?
More like looking for help. 0-2. Got him. Copena strikes out Clemente, and the inning is over. For the All-Stars, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 men left, as Feiner has done it again. And at the end of an inning and a half, All-Stars 2, Celebrities nothing.
Clemente hasn't got it anymore.
Not for Clemente. No. You're playing too deep when these guys are pitching. Not for the other guy pitching. Because if they hit the other guy, he'll hit it a ton. That's right. That's Peter. Peter should play Wills. He can't hit the ball any further than that.
Hiroshi giving the boys the benefit of his years. Don Adams leading off. Bottom of the second, 2-0 All-Stars. Adams, the second baseman.
Look at that suit on Don. Don replaced Mike Mazurka.
Little roller wide of the mound. Drysdale feeds to McCovey. 1 away. First base umpire Emmett Ashford of the American League.
Number 3, third baseman, John Cassavetes.
Third baseman John Cassavetes coming up. DeRocher getting on Drysdale.
I think he's angry because Don is wearing wedgies.
Ground ball wide at first. McCovey there to pick it up. So quickly 2 out in the second inning. 2-0 All-Stars. Cassavetes retired on a ground ball to McCovey. That brings up left fielder Peter Falk, who showed us some great sliding technique. Unfortunately, he was playing left field at the time.
Right.
Foul back.
He's the one with the chlorophyll pants.
Hit down to the hole, knocked down by Ron Hunt. Picked up by Clemente, but not in time. And so Peter Falk has a base hit.
Clemente's playing too deep, don't you think? Anything to show off that arm.
Here is Hugh O'Brien. Ball 1 in the dirt to the backstop. And they will now allow Peter Falk to move up a base. Wills might try the hidden ball trick. Passarella arguing, and here comes Leo. So O'Brien now with a chance to pick up Peter Falk. 2-0 All-Stars, bottom of the second inning. Little pop fly on the right side to Ron Hunt. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on. And so after 2 innings, the score, the All-Stars 2, the Celebrities nothing. We'll be back in 90 seconds after a word from Aurora. Bottom of the third inning here at Dodger Stadium with the All-Stars leading the Celebrities 2-0. Frank Howard now in the ball game, the pride of Washington, back where he first broke in at Dodger Stadium.
He's just coming into the game. His knees look like he was begging.
Frank Howard substituting for Harmon Killebrew in left field. James Garner, Dale Robertson, and Woody Allen against Drysdale. Ball 1 to Garner. Line drive right at third base for the out. Brooks Robinson there to handle it. The batter, pitcher Dale Robertson. Pete Rose now in at second base. Taking over for Ron Hunt. Little looper to Clemente, who went the wrong way but recovered.
That ball must feel awfully strange for those pros. Don't you think, Vince?
Well, the baseball weighs somewhere a little over 5 ounces. The softball weighs over 11. That was a little too close for comfort to Woody Allen.
What about that over the top?
He pitched overhand.
One more time and out of the game. Right. Over the top. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Steve Allen has decided to put in a point or two.
I don't want to beat my pitcher up.
There he goes, the Everett Dirks in the shoulder.
Around.
Imagine throwing overhand to Woody Allen. Woody hits a pop fly back as shortstop. Mays looks, and it's caught by Lefevre. So they're out in order, and the score at the end of 3, 2-0 All-Stars. Jimmy Pearsall of the Angels with that towel around his neck.
And that's without playing.
In the top of the 4th inning, Jim Pearsall takes off that towel and gets familiar with home plate.
That Max Baer's a big man. No wonder the ump is saying, Your Excellency.
Pearsall in his familiar crouch. Ball 1. Robertson moved him away. 1-1. Emmett Ashford is now the plate umpire. Oh, check me, that's still Passarella. Base hit to left field for Pearsall. Falk up with the ball, and Jimmy going for 2, and he's in there. Don Adams carefully avoided having to make a tag. Ron Fairley of the Dodgers now comes up to hit. 2-0 All-Stars, top of the 4th inning. Nobody out, Pearsall at second, and Fairley loses his bat. Willie Mays on deck. Pearsall talking to Tommy Gorman. Inside to the backstop, and so Pearsall walks to third.
I'm glad to see that Jimmy's playing heads up.
There's a ground ball to Sean, who thinks things over, and now has Pearsall hung out. Max Baer faking several times. Going to third is Fairley. Pearsall is still hung up. And they tag Pearsall out. So Pearsall is retired in a rundown. 1 out. Fairley now at third. Here's Willie Mays. Mays, you remember, struck out in the 1st inning.
He'll be crazy about you for that.
High pop fly to shallow left, and Woody Allen makes the catch. Supervised by Peter Falk and Hugh O'Brien. Fairly tagged to score to make it 3-0. All-Stars.
That Woody certainly is in shape. Going to the gym every day has really worked for him.
Here's Frank Howard.
He had more than Woody Allen for breakfast.
There's a ground ball to Bob Loggia, who throws to Dick Shaw in time to get him. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of 3.5 innings, All-Stars 3, Celebrities nothing.
It's nice to see that Howard's speed has picked up.
Emmett Ashford now takes over as plate umpire as we go to the bottom of the 4th, replacing Art Passarella. Cleveland's Sam McDowell on the mound.
That Emmett is something else. There's no Ham in his family. He's got it all.
The batter is Bobby Darren, who hits a ground ball by McDowell, picked up by Lefevre, who throws to first for the out. A close play.
I'd look at the instant replay on that.
Bobby Darren, Steve Allen, and a host of celebrities pouring on the field. So McCovey carries one of them off. Bill Dana getting a free ride.
His voice has been higher.
1 out, and the batter, Bob Loggia. Line drive down the right field line for a base hit by Fairley. Ron picks it up, drops it. He's getting the feel of things. And into third goes Loggia with a triple. I think a little of the celebrities game has rubbed off.
It's working out nicely. You'll notice in the next inning, Loggia will limp. Good slide.
So the celebrities now 60 feet away from getting on the scoreboard. The All-Stars lead 3-0, and the batter is Max Baer with 1 out and a runner at first. Line drive, base hit, inside third and down the line. The run is over, and Big Max heading into second base with a double. So Max Baer doubles in Bob Loggia to make it 3-1, All-Stars. Dick Shawn with a chance to pick up a run batted in. Tries to go the other way and grounds to Rose, who throws him out. The Bear moves to third, and with 2 out, the batter will be Billy Starr. The catcher, who drops in and out of the game whenever pitcher Ed Fainu makes an appearance. Strike 1. Oh, and 2. Strike 3. At the end of 4, 3-1 All-Stars.
Come with us on a trip in the smallest train in the world. We'll go all the way from here to there and never leave your living room. The smallest train in the world is built by Aurora. It's about 1/2 the size of any electric train you've ever seen. That's why we call it a postage stamp train, because that's about how big it is. It comes in a book. You keep it on the shelf you reserve for valuable things.
Bottom of the 5th inning with the All-Stars leading 3-1, and Roberto Clemente is the new pitcher for the Pros.
I hope his arm holds out.
Clemente, with one of the great throwing arms in the game, will now pitch underhand. He'll be working to Steve Allen to lead it off.
It's nice to see Steve in the game. Probably figured there'd be some votes there.
Well, shake your hand. Do some sticking. Give me an easy one.
He just won a vote. Ball 1. Ground ball inside third and down the line for a base hit. Frank Howard over to the line to get it. So Steve Allen opens up the 5th inning with a solid single. Here is Phil Crosby. Takes a strike. And when Ashford calls him, it's a strike.
That is Ashford.
High chopper back to the mound. Clemente turns and gets a force play to Fregosi that played at first not in time. So Allen erased 1-6. 1 out, and third baseman Bobby Darin coming up. I think they'll allow him to go to second. They will on the wild pitch. So Phil Crosby advancing to second, where Fregosi and Rose tried to bird dog him a little.
I think those glasses are going to help Darren with this infield shadow.
Maybe they're rose colors.
Good eye, Bobby. Good eye. He's looking to dust you.
Strike. Darren represents the tying run if he can get aboard. Ball 4, and taking third on the wild pitch. Don Adams watching carefully.
He's waiting for Barbara Feldon.
Here's Michael Callan with the tying runs aboard. 3-1 All-Stars, bottom of the 5th. High drive into left center field. That's over May's head and rolling up the alley. In comes Phil Crosby. Here comes Bobby Darin. And here comes Michael Callan. A home
run
inside the park.
How do you like that? Because of this home run, 35,000 painted seats are being sent to our troops in Berkeley.
And the celebrities, for the first time today, take the lead 4-3. Here's Bobby Morse, who will try to strike out without really trying. Jimmy Pearsall hollering encouragement.
At least they've got the field kept up nicely.
And he has struck out without swinging.
The second game will be against the Gophers, folks.
2 down, 4-3 celebrities, and the batter is Ryan O'Neal. Clemente's professional pride might have been stung a little bit by that home run by Michael Callan. Strike 1. Strike 2. Strike 3. So after 5 innings, celebrities 4, All-Stars 3.
And now let's go down to the dugout where we will have a little discussion from Jose Jimenez and manager Leo DeRosa.
You gotta let me into the game.
Go away, will you? Go away and sit down. I want to watch that.
Well, please, I put my floor on you. You got to let me into the game.
Will you go get a drink of water, anything? Talk to the players. Just let me alone.
My whole family is watching. I got to get into the game.
What position do you play?
Well, I play first base, second base, third base, and shortstop.
What position do you feel more secure in?
I'm kind of curled up like this with my blanket in my hand.
Oh, get out of here. Steve
sixth inning with the celebrities leading the All-Stars 4-3 and Steve Allen doing the pitching.
And Jose Jimenez coming up with his nana.
Don Adams has gone behind the plate. And Willie McCovey, the first baseman for the Pros, will lead it off. There's a drive into right field for a base hit. And McCovey just keeps on moving into second base. So McCovey represents the tying run for the Pros, and the batter, Cincinnati's Pete Rose. High pop fly off third base, and foul ground is Bobby Darin, and in the shade with the sunglasses makes the catch.
That's one of the few times they should have flipped the glasses up.
The batter, switch hitter Jimmy Lefebvre, takes one in the dirt, and moving to third goes McCovey. So the tying run, in this instance, 60 feet away. Ground base hit into right field. So Lefebvre ties it up with a single to right, scoring McCovey. 4-4 here in the top of the sixth. McCovey gets a hero's welcome.
Hold those crowds back, folks.
Now Johnny Roseboro, the catcher for the Dodgers, coming up and is going to bat right-handed, cross-handed.
Think Gabby will get a hit, Vince?
Right-handed, I'm not so sure. High drive into left field. And that's going to drop in there for a base hit. That's a euphemism for saying it was misjudged.
What's religion got to do with it?
Well, Lefebvre scores on a Sun triple for Roseboro. And the Pros now take the lead, 5-4. The bullpen warming up. The batter is Sammy McDowell. Fouled it back.
What's a Sammy McDowell?
It's part of Cleveland.
I see.
Line drive, snared at first base for the out.
Who grabbed that? Is that Dick?
Ryan O'Neal.
Ryan O'Neal. You'd figure he'd be tired after all those Peyton places.
Here's Jim Fregosi. Line drive, base hit to right field.
Kind of hung up there.
That makes it 6-4 in favor of the Pros, as Fregosi singles home Roseboro. The batter is Jimmy Pearsall.
Show me how you do that. Panama, show me how you do that. Take my arm and move my arm like this. Just push my arm forward.
It's amazing how Pearsall never knows where the camera is. That Jimmy's a cut-up, boy.
Pearsall doubled his first time up, and he has the crowd doubled up now.
Pearsall's letting all the hostility of the season come out.
2 strikes on Jim. Strike 3. Now they've decided to change jobs for a minute. And Emmett Ashford will now bat, and Jimmy Pearsall will umpire. Steve Allen is the backup man. Strike 3 on Ashford. So at the end of 5 1/2. The score 6-4 Pros.
Don't let him see the ball. When you get out of here, please, stay on your own side. Throw it to him as far as you can throw it. No, you won't even see the ball.
Is that Burl out there, Vince?
It is giving Roberto Clemente all of his wisdom.
I didn't recognize him without his gown.
Bottom of the 7th inning. 6-4 in favor of the All-Stars, with Clemente pitching to Don Adams. Little looper to Jimmy Fregosi, who took it away from Pearsall, and Jimmy a little upset. 1 out. Here's pitcher Ed Feiner. What a bunt. Clemente feels it, throws him out. So 2 down here in the 7th inning. 6-4 in favor of the Pros. And for the celebrities, the batter will be James Garner.
Garner reminds me of that great old baseball adage. Whether you get on base or not, peanut butter will still stick to the roof of your mouth.
And he's on first. So with 2 out, that error at shortstop gives the celebrities a chance to have the tying run at the plate in the person of Max Baird Jr. Hits one just on the line in left field. Frank Howard recovers it. Garner will score. The relay bobbled by Fregosi. So Max Baird at second base as he doubles in Garner. It is now All-Stars 6 and Celebrities 5. The tying run in scoring position, and the batter Dale Robertson. Line drive at Clemente, and the ball game is over as the All-Stars beat the Celebrities 6-5. One of the more forgettable games of the year, right, Jerry?
Yeah, they should have slugged.
Our thanks to Jerry Lewis for giving us the inside of today's game.
Thank you, Vince.
And we'll be back with interviews after this message from Aurora.
Now, within the space of a bridge table, you can have all the excitement of a bowling alley. Skittle Bowl. All the thrills and competition of a Grand Prix circuit. HO scale model motoring. All the fascination and wonder of a railroad empire. Postage stamp trains. All by Aurora, world's largest manufacturer of hobby products.
Eddie, you've done something you don't usually hear about. In 1 inning, you struck out Mays, Killebrew, and McCovey. And as Pearl Bailey once said, that ain't no bad crowd to hang around with.
No, I can't get over this. These fellows are terrific athletes, you know, and to come out here and put themselves in this position it's a great thrill for me, I tell you.
Eddie, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, Ben.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bobby Darin had a busy day today. Bob, you played a couple of positions, and you played ball before.
Oh, I love to play ball. And I want to thank my mother and my father, and I thought it was a great fight.
And they were delighted to have you here.
They certainly were.
Yeah.
No, I was. I was delighted to be here.
And we were happy. Thank you, Bobby. Don Adams sitting quietly, pensively. Don, you were busy winding up behind the plate. Were you seriously going to catch him for a while?
No.
Well, it looked like you took a long time to leave.
Now, I had my share of thrills. I had my 3 home runs. Would you believe 2 home runs and a double?
Did you have 2 home runs? I don't believe.
How about a long foul tip?
That I believe.
That was about it for me.
How did it feel out there?
I loved it. I loved to play, and haven't played in a long time, and I'm exhausted, and I think I'm going to faint now, Vince.
Well, we'll let you find a comfortable corner. Don Adams. Steve Allen was about as busy as he could get today, but I think his most memorable moment would be a base hit, right?
No, it was finding a parking place.
Before the game.
Yes, it was very crowded out there, but we've been rehearsing that parking quite a bit, and I think we did pretty well in that department.
Well, I think you didn't do badly. You didn't get hurt.
That's true. Actually, I got a base hit. I slipped the catcher a 5er, and that helped.
How did you feel pitching out there? Had you pitched before in softball?
Yes. I'm actually a hardball pitcher, and I only found out yesterday that it's a softball game, so I had about 20 minutes to warm up. And when I got out on the mound, I discovered I didn't have a thing left.
Oh, you were just too fine.
No, I was just too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Will we see you next year?
Not if I can help it, Vince. Not in these circumstances. Actually, though, it was a lot of fun.
And everybody was delighted that you were here and enjoyed and congratulate you with your base hit.
Well, these are the glorious moments that make a career in show business worthwhile. Vince, I'll see you later.
Thank you, Steve. He's accustomed to coming up in the limelight, but he is unaccustomed to striking out in the limelight. Willie, I think you were a little surprised.
Yes, I was overbalanced that one. I think he's a great pitcher.
That must be something for you, even for you.
Well, I think it was more of a surprise to me to see a guy throw a ball between his leg like that.
Did you see the ball all the way, or did you lose it?
I just saw something coming. I just swung at it. I think if I was to get in shape a little bit, I probably could do a little better against him.
Oh, I would think you'd do pretty well doing anything. When Leo went out there to talk to him as you came up, did you have any idea what your former manager would say about you?
Well, I didn't think he would do that to me in that situation, especially in the first inning. But knowing Leo, he'll do anything to win. You know, it doesn't make any difference who's out there hitting it. It could be his mother. He would try to win. I'm sure that that's the way Leo plays it.
One great thing about it, when you did strike out and then throughout the game as long as you played, it was most evident to everybody that Willie Mays was having a good time.
Well, I came out and have fun, Vinny, because I'm not in shape right now, but I think the people enjoy just seeing us out there playing. I think the Stars were just great going through the bits that they have to go through, so it was just a great day for me.
Well, we were certainly pleased to have you with us. Thanks, Willie.
Thank you very much, Vinny.
Willie Mays. The shortstop of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Maury Wills. Maury, did you enjoy out there scampering around with all the Hollywood celebs?
I certainly did, Vince. Incidentally, I'm a third baseman now.
Well, you know, you hit the ball today, whether it be shortstop, third base, you hit it like you'd played a lot of softball with that short stroke. You punched a couple of base hits to left field.
Well, actually, I played softball until I was about 16.
You mean you had not played baseball?
No, I didn't play baseball like the kids do now coming up through the Little League. Besides, also, I think that with my short swing like it is, I have a little advantage over the bigger fellows like Mays and McCovey during the softball game. Only softball, though.
I was just thinking that also the advantage was that you didn't have to swing against Eddie Fana.
Oh, I hit against him once.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I hit against him once. He struck me out.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the club.
Right, well, pretty big club he was, too.
Yeah, it sure was. We're delighted to have you and hope you had as much fun playing as we had watching you.
Thank you, Vince. I enjoyed it.
Good. Maury Wills. Our next guest is a fellow who I will remember forever. Something happened today that set baseball, well, maybe not back, but it established a record. Jim Garner, you're the only man I know of who has been knocked out of a game twice.
Yeah, well, I was just lucky.
It was good for the humility today.
Oh, yeah, that made me feel real good, you know. Of course, you know, when I faint on the mound, I took one look at Willie Mays. Let's see, Maury Wills got a single, Robinson got a single, Clemente got a single, and then I got to face Willie Mays. You know, that's enough to kill anybody.
And then Killebrew, and
yeah,
it was time to get out of there.
I almost got Harmon. I almost got him. It was the next inning.
Jim, we won't keep you from that hot shower.
I need it bad.
All of us do. Thank you, Jim Garner.
Thank you.
So that more or less wraps it up from the locker room here today, where we saw, well, softball's answer to an experiment in terror. We saw the outcome of Major League All-Stars playing against a professional softball pitcher, and we saw the Hollywood celebrities in the limelight to which they are accustomed, but unaccustomed to being at the other end of a hard-hit ball. It was a lot of fun. We certainly hope you enjoyed it. The first annual All-Stars Celebrity Game was brought to you by Aurora Plastics Corporation, world's largest manufacturer of hobby products, makers of model motoring, miniature auto racing at its best. Skittle Bowl, the next best thing to having a bowling alley in your living room. And postage stamp trains, the smallest, most beautiful trains in the world. The preceding game was pre-recorded
and pre-rigged.